Welcome back to Big Goal Energy. I am your hostess, Bri Seeley, and I want to kick off today's episode by asking you something a little bold. If your vision was a person, would it still want to be in a relationship with you? Would your goal feel nurtured, seen, supported, excited by your relationship? Or would it feel ignored? Would it feel micromanaged, criticized, and doubted every step of the way? So many ambitious women have these incredible visions, but we treat those visions with pressure, anxiety, and mistrust and resentment. We obsess, we overwork, we ghost our dreams, and then we expect them to prove themselves before we commit. And then we wonder why the hell the relationship feels off. What's wrong with it? Why do things not feel great? So, in this episode, I want to inspire you to evaluate your current relationship and begin to explore and open up to what does it look like to have a healthy relationship with my goals and my vision. A relationship that's rooted in trust, in reciprocity, in devotion, not just productivity and pressure. Because your big goals are not going to thrive in survival mode. Your big goals are going to grow when you treat them like a sacred partner in your life. If you are ready to reconnect to your vision from a place of life-giving energy, I have something very exciting coming in July, and I'm going to be sharing in this episode how you can join the movement, the experiment, the challenge to pursue success with your life, not in spite of it. So let's dive into today's episode. I'm so excited to explore this concept of your relationship with your goal.
You were never meant for a small life. You have bold ideas, audacious dreams, and visions that keep you up at night. But the truth is, big goals don't come with step-by-step instructions, and success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from becoming more. Welcome to Big Goal Energy, a podcast for high-achieving women who are done shrinking, striving, and second-guessing, and are ready to defy reality in pursuit of the life they actually want. I'm your hostess, Bri Seeley, goal architect, subconscious strategist, and your permission slip to want what you want. Join me as we go beyond the surface level success to explore the mindset, identity, and inner work required to bring your biggest, most delulu goals to life. This is your space to be seen, to be expanded, and to remember that you are not alone on this journey. Let's get into it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to all of our new listeners. Welcome back to all of our, I don't want to say old because we're not old, to our seasoned listeners. This concept was originally introduced to me probably in like 2011, but around the idea of money. So what if money were a person, and is your relationship with money like a healthy relationship? If you were dating your money, would your money want to date you back? And I got to thinking over the last few months that most of my clients, and for being honest, myself, do not have healthy relationships with their goals. We treat our goals with anxiousness. We abandon them. We feel abandoned by them. We micromanage them. We try to put pressure on them. And what would change in our experiences if our goals felt loved, respected, safe? If you have read it all, Big Magic, which is an amazing book by Elizabeth Gilbert, she talks about how goals are living energy. Goals are energy. First of all, everything is energy, but also goals are energy. And if we are responding to an energy in a certain way, that's energy we're going to get back as well. And those goals as living energy have a choice about whether or not to be engaged in a relationship with us. And if we're treating our goals like shit, they're not going to want to be in a relationship with us. I want you to think to yourself right now when you think about your goals. Maybe you're an entrepreneur when you show up in your business. When you think about the future, what are your most prevalent thoughts and feelings? Let's just start by going through some signs of what an unhealthy relationship looks like. And we're going to do this in the context of goals and vision. If you are feeling like you need obsessive control, or you have this thing about urgency, like, why hasn't it happened yet? Why isn't it working? Why isn't this unfolding the way I want it to? That's not healthy. I want you to imagine being in a relationship with someone and having them say that to you. I know there's a common narrative around romantic relationships. One person putting pressure on another person to be like, when are we getting engaged? When are we getting married? Why hasn't it happened yet? And when that exchange happens, it doesn't actually feel good for either person involved. Another sign of having an unhealthy relationship with your goals and your vision is conditional love. I'll feel worthy when it arrives. I'll work less and feel better when my goal shows up for me. Another sign of an unhealthy relationship, ghosting your goals. If you were in a relationship with someone and they ghosted you, how would that feel? And you're ignoring your goals because they feel too overwhelming. Do your goals then still want to be in relationship with you? Another one, lack of trust. Well, this probably isn't going to work anyways, so like I'm just not gonna. Another one, emotional manipulation, beating yourself up or beating your goals up when the results don't come to you quickly enough. I want you to really take a hard look, and it's going to be a bit of a pill to swallow. Like, if you were to treat a romantic partner in the ways that you treat your dreams and your goals, would they stick around? And if not, why are you doing this to your dreams? If you want your dreams to show up for you, how do you need to treat them and what kind of relationship do you need to have with them? Now, let's talk about the cost of having an unhealthy, dysfunctional relationship with your goals. First things first, energetic burnout. I have an episode coming up in July about how if we're in a relationship with our goals that feels like it is taking more from us than it is filling us up, that's not sustainable. That has an expiration date. The cost of having this dysfunctional relationship is you're going to have an expiration date for whatever that goal is. You're going to be constantly feeling dissatisfied even when progress happens. This is a big one for a lot of my clients. They're constantly moving the goalpost. Even when progress happens, even when they've hit the goalpost, they've already moved it, and now they're not there yet again. And then what happens is they're constantly dissatisfied because they're never there, because they're perpetually moving that goalpost. Despite the progress, they're still existing from a place of frustration and dissatisfaction every single day. Another result is taking fear-driven actions that can create really unaligned results. And then also having resentment towards your goals rather than being inspired by them, rather than wanting to show up and co-create this like beautiful experience with them. You're waking up feeling resentment. Imagine waking up next to your significant other every morning and feeling resentment towards them. That's not a relationship you want to be in. That's not a relationship they want to be in. Let's talk now about what a healthy relationship with your goals looks like. A healthy relationship has patience and it has presence. Personally, my husband and I, every Tuesday night is date night. We commit to being present with each other on a regular, consistent basis. And if for whatever reason one of us has to move something around or plans change or whatever, we're super understanding and super patient with each other because we know that we're willing to keep showing up and be present with each other no matter what. We're committed to that with each other. Another healthy example of being in relationship with your goal is trusting in the perfection of the unfolding of your goals. What if your goal is actually moving forward exactly like it's supposed to, even if it doesn't look like you want it to look? Can you trust that? Can you trust in the timing? Can you trust in the progress? Can you trust in the order that things are being done? Another example, showing up with consistency, not obsessing over whether or not your goal is going to show up for you today. Continuing to show up without the conditions attached to them. Another one, allowing space for co-creation. Are you actively spending time with and meeting with your goals so that the two of you can create something incredible together? And another one, celebrating the small moments, not just the arrival of the goal, but all of the building blocks, all of the steps that the two of you have taken together to get to that goal. One of the things that Jordan and I do in our relationship is every Sunday, we have a check-in and we try to start those check-ins with something that we're grateful about. from the week prior? What were we grateful about in our experiences together, in our relationship? What are the moments that we're really proud of that we traversed together that week? And what's really interesting is oftentimes a lot of those gratitude moments and a lot of those moments of pride in our relationship are not even about the progress we've made. Oftentimes it's navigating hard terrain together, being able to have hard conversations and being able to show up for each other in those hard conversations, even though, I probably wouldn't celebrate a hard conversation in a normal circumstance. And then last but not least, we ask a lot of our vision based on what we need and what we want. But when is the last time you asked your vision what it needed from you? When is the last time you asked your vision how you could be a better partner to it? This is another question that Jordan and I talk about every single week. How could I have been a better wife for you this week? What are ways that I was a great wife? And also, what are the ways that I could have been a better wife to you this week? When is the last time you had that conversation with your goals and with your vision? These things will absolutely not only change the results you're getting, but change the pathway and change the journey from you getting where you are to where you want to be and feeling like you have a solid, loving, consistent partner by your side to help you co-create that experience together. We're going to take a brief little break and then we're going to come back with more. I'm going to talk about how to start rebuilding this relationship and then the exciting experience that I have coming up in July.
If you're listening to this and thinking, I wish I had more people in my life who just get it, you're not alone. Big goal energy women are rare. We're the ones dreaming big, defying norms, and refusing to settle. And that is exactly why I created the Big Goal Energy app. But it's more than just an app, it's a community, a safe, supportive space where ambitious women like you and me can gather, grow, and go after our biggest goals without judgment. Inside, you'll find real-time conversations, powerful tools and resources, and exclusive content you won't get anywhere else. And yes, direct access to me to support you on your journey. Whether you're building, dreaming, shifting, or scaling, you don't have to do it alone. Come join us inside the Big Goal Energy app and surround yourself with women who dream as delulu as you do. Download the app now or visit briseeley.com/community to learn more.
You may have gleaned over the last 15 minutes that maybe your relationship with your goal is not great. So the question becomes, do we break up or do we go to couples counseling? I would love for you to go to quote unquote couples counseling with your goal. This idea of rebuilding your relationship, reigniting that connection, rebuilding that trust. I am going to give you 4 things: a ritual, a tool, a practice, and a reframe. All right. The ritual that I want you to start practicing to rebuild this relationship with your goal is to begin talking to your vision every single day. 2 easy ways of doing this are journaling or visualization/meditation. I want you to envision your goal as if it were another person. I did this with money back in 2011 when I first learned about this concept of treating these things in our life as if they are living, breathing entities. And the woman that gave the presentation would talk about your money hunt. My money had a very specific form. It looked like a man that I wanted to be in relationship with. He was sexy, he was tall, he was strong. We danced together like it was lovely. Envision your goal as a person. If this goal were your significant other, rebuild that connection with it. Talk to it, journal with it, meditate with it, visualize with it, ask it what it needs of you, and start talking to it every single day. All right, a tool. I want you to write a love letter to your goals from 2 perspectives. I want you to do one from your current perspective, and I want you to do one from your future self. Express how important that goal is to you. Let it know that you're devoted to it. Let it know that you're going to keep showing up for it every single day with love, compassion, and patience. One of the things that I always loved about when Jordan and I first started dating, we lived 10 hours apart when we first met. And so we didn't actually meet in person for 6 weeks. And then he was basically started coming to Tulsa every 2 weeks thereafter before we moved in together. One of the things that he started doing, he did this on his very first trip to Tulsa, is he left me this handwritten note on my nightstand. And it was the sweetest thing. And of course, I let him know how much I appreciated it and how much I loved it. And I have an entire stack now of these notes. He still does it to this day. He just went to Minnesota about a month ago and he left me a little handwritten sticky note on my nightside table. He left super early in the morning, and so I woke up and it was there underneath my phone. If you could write little notes or a love letter to your goal, what would you say to it? And then the other thing you can actually do too is embody your goal and write a love letter from your goal to yourself. A practice I want to invite you into is replacing this pressured language of, I have to, we need to, we're not hitting our KPIs, we're not hitting our metrics, like all these pressure things that we speak to our goals about, with more devotional language. I get to, I'm excited to. Start speaking about your goals in a different way. If you said about your significant other, like, I have to go on date night tonight, do you think your significant other would really want to continue going on dates with you versus like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm in Arizona this weekend. Jordan and I are each going to go see a movie, and then we get to have date night together where we talk about the movie and we connect about our favorite parts. We did this when I was in Arkansas as well. We both went and saw Sinners, and then we had a date night where we get to process it and talk about it and experience it together, even though we weren't in the same space. And the biggest thing, the reframe that I really truly want to invite you into with this episode is that progress is a relationship, not a transaction. Your experience with your goal on a day-to-day basis, the journey that you traverse side by side, hand in hand with your goal, has got to be a relationship. You know this. You don't like being treated like a transaction. No one does. Your goal feels the same way. So give it the respect it deserves. All right. If this resonated with you and you have a friend who could really hear this, please share this episode with them. The more you can help me spread the word about big goal energy, the better. We are here to serve so many people, and I'm just excited to help more people build more nourishing relationships with this goal. Also, I told you that I would give you a little sneak peek into a little something something happening in July. I'm filming this on June 11th. The beginning of June, I was sitting at my puzzle table and I just spontaneously got my phone out and recorded a podcast while sitting at my puzzle table. And I decided to launch an overliving, underworking experiment for myself. Document the entire thing every single day through the month of June to then gift to you in the month of July. So, the beginning of July, the first podcast episode will go live. And then every single day, there will be secret podcast episodes in the Big Goal Energy app. So, plug, if you don't yet have the app, grab it. And then every week during July, there will be the next iteration of what I'm learning, what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through. It is going to help you not only let go of the hustle, but truly recalibrate yourself for a new way of operating in the world. I don't know about you. I'm so fucking overworking. I'm so done with it. I have zero fucking interest in living like that anymore. I'm going to the extreme and I'm throwing all of the spaghetti at the wall and I'm seeing what sticks. The other thing you're going to do is reclaim pleasure, presence, and sustainable progress. And you're also going to be able to align your energy with your vision. So, this is to say, if you are not yet subscribed to Big Goal Energy, now would be a great time to do that. You don't want to miss any of the episodes coming in July. They are going to be a series and they are going to build upon each other. Not to mention, you are also going to want to join the Big Goal Energy app because all of the daily progress updates, which by the way are going to be like 3 minutes long, are going to be secret episodes that are only available in the Big Goal Energy app. If you do not yet have the Big Goal Energy app, open up your app store right now, whether you're Android or iOS, open up your app store and type in Big Goal Energy. The app is going to pop up. It is completely free. There are paid elements of it, but it is completely free. Everything about this challenge is completely free. And you are going to get daily notifications about the updates and the progress for the challenge. So go do those things, get subscribed, join the app. I cannot wait to bring you the experiment in July. It's obviously, I'm like a third of the way into it, so I don't even know what's going to happen yet, which is so cool. So much magic coming. And last but not least, I just want to remind you that the relationship you have with your goals sets the tone for the results you create and how you feel about them. Because we've all gotten to the results that we wanted to get to and looked around and thought, this is it. This doesn't feel the way I thought it was going to feel. The relationship you have with your goal is going to set the tone for the results you create and how you feel when you get there. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Big Goal Energy. I don't know about you. I'm fucking obsessed with this podcast. If you are as well, again, please share it with someone else. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you on next week's episode, and I will see you in the app, and have a fantastic week ahead.
If this episode lit something up in you, share it. Text it to a friend, post it to your stories, or leave a review, because Big Goal Energy is meant to be felt far and wide. And if you're ready to go deeper, explore the tools, hypnosis sessions, and support because your vision deserves more than hustle, join us on the Big Goal Energy app by visiting your app store and typing in Big Goal Energy. Your vision, your goals deserve alignment, ease, and your fullest self behind them. Until next time, trust yourself, dream bigger, and never forget, you are here for greatness.